Good morning, everybody. Just put gas in the vehicle, which is very expensive. Well, again, but I've been seeing these videos on YouTube about people's, I guess, profession, careers, jobs, whatever you want to call it, slavery, pretty much. Just talking about how much they make and versus their bills. I'm a maintenance manager for 3 properties, multifamily properties. And sorry, I'm trying to back out here. But I make $60K a year. $60K a year. Never mind you that I'm a single father with 2 teenage boys that I have custody of full time. $60K a year. So roughly bring home every 2 weeks, because I get paid bi-weekly, is almost close to 2K. Scratching the surface of 2K. I have been struggling, basically living paycheck to paycheck. Sometimes moving funds to one account to another to pay that, and calling other bills. Hey, I'm gonna be late. You have to literally decide whether you're gonna pay your bills, buy groceries, or put gas in your vehicle. And I don't live luxury. I don't have a big house or fancy house or whatever like that. I like to live. I'm content with what I have. I don't need all the fancy stuff. But my mortgage payment for my house is roughly about $1,450 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and I live in a mobile home. Plus my bills, plus my electric. My electric bills are like outrageous now compared to what it was last year. I'm around $500 for a 1,250 square foot home that I'm hardly ever at because I'm working. On top of the other bills, on top of buying groceries, which groceries is very expensive now. You can't leave the grocery store with 2 bags and paying less than $100. I mean, it's ridiculous. Then on top of that, gas, which I'm in Texas, so granted our gas ain't as expensive as it is in California, but for us, going from a certain amount to what it is now, it hurts us. We're at almost $4 a gallon just on regular. And then that fluctuates wherever you're at in town, which is crazy. You can be at one QT and it's $3.78, and you could be at another one somewhere else and it's $4.10. But on top of that, just everything else, every normal thing that you have to buy while you're living in this world, toiletries, stuff like that. You barely have enough to just go do what you need, just to relax and go have a meal somewhere, to treat yourself or your kids or anything like that. It's ridiculous how the rich stay richer and the poor stays poorer. And I'm having to drive between these 3 properties. Granted, 2 of them are close to each other, but one I have to drive 30 minutes out. I don't get compensated for my gas. I don't get extra money for wear and tear in my vehicle for mileage or anything like that. I go above and beyond in my job. I'm having to fix other people's issues because that is my job before I can ever have time to fix my own. I do HVAC, I do electrical, I do plumbing, I do sheetrock repair. I do all of it. And in those 3 properties, just me and one other guy. So we're stretched very, very thin. But we're living like slaves, living paycheck to paycheck. I see people. No, I'm gonna rephrase that. I know people that live off the government assistance, and they're taking vacations out to the beach, week vacations, and I haven't even taken a vacation in years. It's probably been over 10 years. And what I call a vacation is actually going somewhere and enjoying your time peacefully without any phone calls, somewhere out of town, somewhere. So it's very hard out here to keep an open mind and stuff. And yes, I keep God above all. But it's hard. It's hard to have a sane life and be happy. Now it's to the point where you have to have 2 people in the household to actually make it, you know. So it's terrible out here. This economy, this world, it's going to shambles. Sometimes I have to not eat lunch while I'm working, so I can save some money and buy food at the grocery store to make dinner at home. That's life. But I get it. I understand people's frustrations. I just think sometimes if everybody would save up some money, which it's easier said than done, at least a month's worth supply, and then just not go to work. Everybody in this world just not go to work for a couple of days, maybe a week, and hurt the pockets of those rich people, those owners and stuff. Or we all stand together and unite and do a big old world boycott and say we need better wages and let the big companies and corporations fill it. Because I guarantee you they're not going to come down from their pedestal and do the work that we do. They won't. But that's for another conversation. But yes, it is hard out here. Everybody stay safe.